All right, everybody, this is my post-market wrap-up on this Friday, March 22nd. My head is still spinning. 2019. Let's talk about this market. Let's talk about the yield curve. Let's talk about what's next here as well. So stocks finished at the low of the day. Dow Jones Industrial Average down about 460 points, down across the board. This yield curve inversion is getting a lot of mainstream coverage. They were parading out very nice person after very nice person trying to downplay this issue with the yield curve. It cannot be downplayed. Look, you follow this blog, you understand that this debt market is a Frankenstein bubble. It's beyond words. It's reached a state of nothingness because it's just too incredible to understand. It's beyond. It really is. It's gone beyond. Now, with that said, as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit disturbed, and I am disturbed here. People are going to be decimated when this corrects to fair value, something you and I have known for a very long time. I'm not saying that point is now. I am also not saying the stock market can't take a significant hit here. Looks like we might have just started something relatively big, but again, a lot of effort is going to go into try to repop this market. They tried that in the middle of the day. Stocks were down about 450. All of a sudden, reversal down like 200. A lot of buying. And then it couldn't hold. We fell back. Now, let me talk about that real quick. Earlier today, I posted that I had opened up a position against the Russell 2000, ticker IWM. I held that position for about an hour. I pulled out a 20% profit, closed that position. I'm a happy guy. But at the same time, look, I do have a heart. And just because I can sit here and capitalize on this market doesn't mean that I don't feel for people. Are people putting themselves in this spot that are not making themselves aware? Sure they are. Are they responsible for their own actions? Sure they are. They're not paying attention. They're being distracted. Look here, don't look here. This has been going on now for a very long time. They're being lied to by politician after politician, by banker after banker, by mainstream media financial channel after mainstream media financial channel. Everything is great. The economy is booming. It's not true. We understand that. It's been inflated on the back of a monster. A freaking monster. It's the truth. And look, this is, the wheels here have been set in motion when the Federal Reserve stepped in at Dow 6,000, the last market meltdown, and took over this entire market. Reinflated a housing bubble, reinflated a stock market bubble to epic proportions on the back of a Frankenstein debt bubble. Now, understand that, this kind of bothers me too. You had even Rick Santelli, who I happen to like and respected a lot more until today. It's the truth. He's trying to downplay what's going on here in the bond market. Look, in the same manner or mechanism, the same mechanism that was used here to prop up the stock market that is suppressing rates into oblivion, printing cash out of thin air off the Richter scale, has successfully inflated a housing bubble and a stock market bubble. What's going to happen when this reverses? You can see it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or even have a fraction of one functioning brain cell to understand how this is going to play out. Here's the thing. 99% of the people are going to be so blindsided when this reverses. And it's going to happen very rapidly. Understand? Let's talk about the yield curve. We all know it's inverted. All right? We're still waiting for the long end of the curve, the 30-year, to invert The 30-year is going to come down to, just like I've been explaining to all of you for the longest time how this was going to play out. And I have been so spot on. I honestly scare myself. It's the truth. I really do. This is not going to stop in this environment. And it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. The plan, people, without any hyperbole, without any over-exaggeration, is very simple. It's a massive, off the imaginable scale of anything you can think about, wealth transfer that is being set up. All right. Now, how this is going to play out should be as clear to you as my hand in front of your lovely face. It's the truth. Yield curve is going to continue its movement here. There's no other way around it. And as you can see, the stock market doesn't like this at this time. That does not mean a lot of effort is not going to be instituted, put forth to try to repop stocks. I don't think it's going to work as long as the yield curve continues to invert. It's going to continue to invert. I'm not saying it's not going to wiggle around a little bit. It is going to wiggle around a little bit, but it's going to continue this trajectory. Something, again, I have said since time immemorial. All right? So we know that's going to happen. But what's going to blindside everyone, mark my words, timestamp, whatever the hell it is you're watching right now, we're going to get a snap back. I don't know when this is going to happen, but it is. Again, it goes back to just a simple understanding that no one is going to want to hold a long-term debt instrument that is yielding less than a short term. It could not be more simple to understand that. So a rapid sell-off is going to occur in the bond market. That is going to cause a rapid spike in yields. And it's going to happen, again, it could happen in any moment. It could happen tomorrow. Well, tomorrow the market's closed. But we have to be ready for this moment, all right? There's no way to predict when it's going to happen. I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong on this, that anyone is smart enough to know that. I have no idea, and I ponder it all the time. So, understanding that the yield curve is going to continue and it's going to get more media coverage, the hype is going to start to build. They're going to try to say, oh, no, it's not so bad. But the market's not going to buy it because I think people are smarter than they've all been brain twisted. Honestly, I really think that's the truth. Some people, most people, don't understand this. They don't know how it works. And that's a reason. Why do you think people are kept in the dark with regard to the financial markets? It's a game. A game that's rigged against them, not against you. You follow this blog, and I think, and I know for a fact that you know this market better than probably any fund manager out there. It's the truth. If you've been with me all this time, you know these markets upside down, backwards, and sideways. I'm very proud to say that. So understand, the Frankenstein debt market is in a bubble, and I'm talking about the debt market here, which has sucked, literally sucked everything else up with it, creating a vacuum. You understand? There's a big vacuum here. Suck, vacuum. Is going to reverse. When that does, we're going to get a massive spike in yields. And what's that going to do? It's going to decimate property value. It's going to decimate the stock market across the board. The stock value is going to plunge. And an overcorrection is going to occur. And overcorrection. Property values are going to overcorrect. So is the stock market. Now, I'm not saying this is happening tomorrow or next week. This is going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm going to say it again. It is going to happen. It's a mathematical certainty that it's going to happen. So, understanding this makes it just very clear for us to know what we need to do. All right? Now, I'm going to cover more about how we are going to position ourselves next week on Sunday when I do my markets, a look ahead segment. I hope you're starting to pay attention to these things. But I think I have laid out a very real scenario for you. It's unfolding right in front of you right now. So understand where we are, where we've been, where we are, where we're going. Very simple. It could not be more simple to understand. You got it? So with that said, we're just going to do what we always do every Friday, okay? And I'm going to leave you off with this. But before I say that, and I'm going to, just bear with me a second, please share this video. Please get it out there. We're responsible for each other, people. You know that, okay? If we embrace this, we're all going to be better off, all right? We're not islands among ourselves either, all right? And I'm counting on you to share this video. Get it out there. Try to wake up a few people more, all right? It's going to get ugly at one point, very ugly. And most people, like I said, are going to be blindsided because that's the way it's being set up. It's a deliberate act. Understand? It's a deliberate act. But look here. Don't look here. With that said, people, love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. This guy, from my heart, loves all of you. It's the truth. I'll see you Sunday on my markets to look ahead.